Hey guys, it's Mr. Morgan. So this video is going to show you how to complete all the steps of your experiment. So if you are on step 5, the test your hypothesis / perform an experiment procedures section, I'm just going to go over these 7 steps here on how to complete your experiment properly. So step 1 is to have all of your materials ready on a table, including all 4 types of water. So you're going to need to have plain water, salt water, soapy water, and sugary water. And then you're also going to need a penny, a dropper. All right, so I'm going to provide one for you in class. It's going to look like this here. This is the dropper that you will need. If you are not in class for any reason on Tuesday, make sure to come ASAP to pick up a dropper from me, or you can use any dropper that you have at home. So if you have like a empty eyedropper or something like that you don't use anymore, you can use that as well. But if you need one, come pick one up from me at school, okay? You're gonna need a small dish to put your penny into, and paper towels or some napkins to clean up the water after each trial, all right? And then again, you're gonna need some plain water, salt water. The way to make some salt water is just to get a spoonful of salt, put it into half a cup of water, mix it. You'll do the same with soapy water. Put some soap into water, mix it up together. Make sure to mix it real good. And then also sugary water, same with the salt. You're just gonna get a spoonful of sugar, put it into half a cup of water, and then stir that, all right? So those are your 8 materials. Once you have all of your materials ready, what you're going to do is you're going to then place the penny into the dish like I did here. So you can use any type of small dish that you have, or something to where when the water spills over, that it's not getting everywhere. So that's the point of the dish, is to capture the water there. Also, very, very important, make sure to always have the head side up on the penny. The reason is because in science, we always want to make sure that for each trial, we're not changing things up. So the grooves on the head side are different than the grooves on the penny side, which will affect the surface tension of the water. So just always have it on the head side. That way, for each trial, it's the same. All right? Step number 3. You're going to go ahead and start with plain water. So you're going to use the dropper to slowly drop 1 drop of water at a time onto the penny. And then you're going to count, and you see in step 4 it says to count the drops until the water spills off the penny. So here's how you're going to do this. You're going to take your dropper, all right? You're going to squeeze at the end, put it into the water, release, and now you have water in here, okay? So that should be plenty. Then what you're going to do is you're going to drop 1 drop of water at a time onto the penny and count. So ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you see how that spilt over? I counted 34 drops. So what I'm going to do now is then step 5 says to record the number of drops on the data table below. So this is the data table here. Again, I had 34 drops. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the number 34 right here in that box for trial 1. So notice that there are 5 trials, which means I'm going to do the same exact thing with plain water 4 more times. So again, I'm going to take my napkin. I'm going to dry up all the water that spilt over here. And then I'm going to do the same exact thing. Squeeze at the tip, grab some water, and then drop it onto the penny and count the amount of times. All right, so then when I'm done with my 5 trials for plain water, I'm going to go over here in the average section, and then I'm going to calculate the average for all 5 trials for plain water. If you need to know how to calculate average, if you go to this link right here, there's a video on how to do the average for each trial. All right, so then after you're all done with doing the plain water, step 7 says when you're all done recording all 5 trials with plain water, follow the same steps with the other 3 types of water. Make sure to clean out your dropper with plain water after each trial. So when we're moving from salt water to soapy water to sugary water, clean out the dropper with some plain water. That way you're not getting salt into the soap and soap into the sugar, all right? So make sure your dropper is clean. And you're going to do the same thing with the other 3 types of water that you did with your plain water. Again, 5 trials for each type of water, and then you're going to go ahead and come over here and write down the average, all right? So if you have any questions, make sure to call Mr. Morgan or come and talk to me. Also, don't forget, this is very important, don't forget to take pictures of your experiment, okay? This will prove to me that you did it, and then what you'll do is you'll just upload the pictures to a computer or something like that, print them out, and attach them to this lab worksheet. The easiest way to do it will probably be using a smartphone. So if you just take pictures with your smartphone, email it to yourself, and then print it out. You can also do the same thing with the camera, upload it to a computer, and then print it out. If you have any questions on how to do that or anything like that, just again, make sure to talk to me. If you have any concerns about that, make sure to talk to me. And then also, I will have the materials here at school so that you can perform your experiment here. All right, so that's how you will complete step 5, testing your hypothesis.